Hello, my name is Nate Miller, and I'm a difference maker.
In this season of consumerism, commercialism, communism, and Christmas, it is easy to forget about those brave souls who get out of bed every morning to make a difference. I followed Nate Miller, a certified difference maker, around his job at The Diff, a locally owned production factory whose 17 employees work hard every day to make a difference.
This machine right here, this machine makes all the difference.
This machine makes all the difference?
All the difference.
What about that machine over there? What difference does that make?
Oh, that thing? That's the finisher. Here, I'll walk you through the process.
So you'll make a difference for me right now?
Yeah, I'll make one for you. You start out with a block of raw...
Nate then walked me through the entire process of making a difference, which for copyright reasons we are unable to air.
And turn the crank at the end. Here we have it.
Wow, what a difference that makes.
Our difference is the best in the area. We have a rival difference maker a few counties away, but they make a slightly different difference.
We then made our way to the Diff's training room, full of difference paraphernalia, where Nate showed me some basics about their difference.
Now here, see, we have a difference that I personally made just last week. Look at that quality construction on this baby.
Oh yeah.
And here, we have a difference made by our nearby rival.
Oh wow. So what's the difference?
The difference? It's pretty easy to see once you get an eye for this sort of thing. I can differentiate pretty well. There's definitely a big difference. If you look here...
Nate showed me some basics about his company's difference compared to the rivals. He then showed me, due to the competitiveness of the market, a Chinese-made knockoff difference.
So here's the knockoff difference from China. See how similar this difference is to our difference?
Yeah.
But look here, this is where they differ. Not to mention the fact that a knockoff difference just isn't as constructed as a well-good, made-in-America difference.
So Nate, I'm sure the audience is wondering, how'd you guys get this idea that you could build a machine and train some workers that could make a difference?
Our owner, Mr. Jim Cartwright, and his brother John Cartwright, stumbled upon the idea one day. It's all about the differential equation right over here.
Nate pulled out a few informational reference and training sheets for new hires and briefly explained to me how the diff makes a difference. Again, for copyright reasons, we are unable to air this portion of the interview. Nate then talked about the split between Jim and John Cartwright, each now head of his own difference-making company.
It's a pretty emotional story, really. I've been here ever since the diff opened its doors, so I can still remember the days when Jim and John used to joke and laugh together with all of us. Then one day, things just were different.
Now, how could you tell a difference?
It's hard to explain. I mean, well, I don't know. I'm going to have to get some air.
The ordeal clearly affected everyone who worked at the diff. When John decided to split and form his own rival difference company, he took with him almost half the staff.
Lost a lot of good friends during that time.
So, after the split, this factory, this company, wasn't the same difference?
No, not at all. Jim tried to defuse the situation by offering better salary, better benefits to those who wanted to quit. Most deferred and quit anyway because they just couldn't bear how strange things were after the split.
So it was really just irreconcilable differences?
Yeah, irreconcilable differences. But Jim and me and the others that stayed bounced back, and now there are 17 of us here.
That really sounds like quite an inspirational story.
I guess you can say that.
Nate and I chatted for a few more minutes about the history of the diff and his goals for the company in future years. He feels that Jim's imminent retirement will leave Nate in charge of the diff. But for now, Nate is happy where he is.
I'm happy where I am.
So, Nate, this is obviously the holiday season, and many of us are trying to not think about ourselves for once and are looking to make a difference for someone else.
Yeah, we got a lot of requests this time of year. We've been working on a kit where people could make a difference in their own home, but that might be a few years out still. But the diff has competitive prices and a quality that can't be beaten, so here we are for anyone in the community looking for a difference.
Now, what about those families that, have tightened their belts due to the rough economy? Could they say, maybe just buy one and split the difference?
I'm glad you asked, because we here at the diff have noticed that times are tough, so we just started a holiday special. Buy one difference, get one half off, so we're hoping to really influence everyone this holiday season.
It's really very kind of you all.
Yeah, the workers here are losing their Christmas bonuses for it, but it was something that we felt was the right thing to do.
What a difference you all are making.
Yeah, well, would you like to see more of the factory?
I'm indifferent.
What's the difference between me and you? Me and you, me and you, me and you. What's the difference between me and you? Me and you, me and you, me and you. Back when Q was rolling with Lorenzo in a Benzo, I was banging with a gang of instrumentals. Got the pens and pencils, got down to business, but sometimes